What up? Happy Friday. Coming in live. Usually it's the breakfast show, but guess what, hot dog? Today it is the lunch show. Because guess what? I am so pumped up, fired up, and jacked up. It's about to be amazing. So listen, if you're brand spanking new, you're like, who is this woman screaming at me? She is so passionate. In the comments, I invite you to drop new. Okay, so every Monday through Friday, you usually are guaranteed between 8:30 a.m. Eastern and 9:30 a.m. You're guaranteed a breakfast episode. Obviously, I'm a little bit delayed today. I got a little bit too pumped up and fired up and had a little bit too much coffee. So it's 12:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm in Michigan. So if you're like, is she a robot? No, I'm a real human being. And I'm like as real gets. If you want to comment in the comments like, hey, I'm coming in from Florida, I'll be like, what's up, Florida? So I'm super excited for this morning's episode because I'm about to share with you a 60-year-old who messaged me this morning who is officially down 30 pounds, and it's been a decade since this woman has dropped a pound. So I'm pretty sure you're going to get some valuable insight, and I'm pretty sure it's going to literally absolutely blow your mind. So I definitely recommend either popping a squat for a second or hitting add friend or follow so that you come back to this episode, because this could be the episode that forever changes the game for you. 150% with certainty. There is no catch. This woman who's over 60, she did not follow a meal plan. She did not give up foods, desserts, or alcohol. And I right here have 450,000 followers because of this approach. So I'm super excited to share this with you. Again, if you're new, drop new. Where are you coming in from? Don't be shy. It's 12:49 p.m. I'm in Michigan. If you're returning, you've been a part of an episode. It's an honor to have you. It's an honor to be hanging out with you right now on Friday at 12:49 p.m. So a little bit about the background of the revolutionariness of why I started even going live. I was 180 pounds, heaviest I'd ever been. I went into my phone, I looked at an email, and the email forever changed my life. The email was to check in for a physical. And I was gonna hit cancel, and it was gonna charge me $200, and I didn't have $200. So I decided to go in for that physical. And when I went in for that physical, I was like, something's wrong, I can feel it. I know something's wrong, and I got a clean bill of health. Nothing was wrong. What was wrong was this. Was the due diligence, was the knowledge that I didn't have. And my doctor sat down, I will never forget, and she wrote out a prescription for metformin, and she said, Michelle, this treats prediabetes. You're not a diabetic or a pre-diabetic, but it helps men and women lose weight. Let's try this. I still have that script. I never got it filled. But I had heard so many times from absolute legendary people, Michelle, have you ever met Dr. James? Michelle, have you ever heard of the book, The Obesity Fix, written by Dr. James? So many more times than I can count. And I finally, on that drive home, when I was in park, I went to Audible. I figured out how to get this stupid app. I got the book, The Obesity Fix, and my life has changed because of Dr. James. I'm gonna tell you right now what you're gonna learn today, the tools and assets you're gonna have in your toolbox. I can guarantee you, I hate to say this, one of the things you're not doing. I wasn't doing any of the things. And the things that I were doing that I thought were the things, I was doing wrong. So I'm super pumped up and fired up to share that with you. Every single day I listen to a chapter. I've listened to 40 plus Audible books now, 150%, and I have never stopped. So literally, I'm going to share with you today really fast. I always give a 90-second snap of what it is that I literally have learned. I would be selfish if I didn't share it with you. So it's very much in the forefront of my brain. So I'm going to share that information with you right now. Here's what the snippet was. I wrote it down on my phone. I'm like, hey, I need to have like a little snippet of what it is that I'm going to be sharing and talking about. And this is what exactly I learned. So in a synopsis, okay, we don't have to have like this huge thing before we dive into the 3 things that you should be doing. Okay, we're going to talk about what this entire chapter was about. So number 1, gym access. It's a mindset shift. You're blessed. Healthy food, you're blessed. Space to rest, you're blessed. A working body, you're blessed. Stop acting like health is a burden. Okay, it's a blessing most people don't get. Respect it. This is the way. So that was part of the chapter, okay? Obviously, he went on and on and on and on and on. So the second part was about your body not being the enemy. He went into detail about a body is not the enemy, it's actually your home. Movement is not a task, it's a celebration. Nurturement is not control, it's devotion. Sleep is not weakness, it's sacred repair. And when you stop punishing your body and start honoring it, everything changes. Health is the most underappreciated for future of health, okay? So that's exactly what it is that the whole chapter was about. We'll go more into snaps, but I think it's just being grateful, right? Looking at the good in everything. And that's something that I really had to change, and it's a powerful part of losing weight. And Bob Proctor helped me with that. Write down the book, Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life. The 3 things we will discuss, I will give you a why behind every single one of them, is number 1, your water intake. I'm sure you don't know everything about water, and I'm sure you don't know an app that's going to tell you if you enhance your water, there's toxins, dyes, and carcinogens, you'll actually gain weight, protein, and fiber. So let's kind of dive into the water component of it, since my alarm just went off and I just got done drinking for 15 seconds. So every 90 minutes, I stop, drop, and drink 15 seconds. I have a 90-minute timer set every single day. I was not aware that you're supposed to be drinking every 90 minutes to 120 minutes. I also was not aware that water is how the body burns fat. You know, we've all heard of plastic surgery, and liposuction is a sign of plastic surgery. And our body burns fat for free. We don't have to save up money to have liposuction. We don't have to go and get a tummy tuck. When your body is properly fueled with water, which the answer is half of your weight, you burn fat every day. But out of 365 days, only 25% of people are burning fat every day. And now I can put myself in that category. But I also was adding Crystal Light and Mio and electrolytes enhancers that were infested with toxins and dyes. And when you use anything that has toxins, dyes, or carcinogens inside of them, it spikes cortisol levels, which leads to high glucose levels, which leads to insulin having the job of taking your food and using it as energy or storing as energy, and it just storing straight as fat. It's end of discussion. It's very systematic. Very systematic. So there's an app called wowwww that forever changed my life, because I was the girl who upped my water and upped my weight every single year. Why is this not working for me? No, it's not genetics. It was the fact that I was putting that crap in my food. So there's this app, wowwww. You can download it right now. Put it in the comments, Y for yoga, U for umbrella, K for kite, and A for apple. And you will see that you can start scanning everything that you eat, use, brush your teeth, and if it's carcinogenic, you need to remove it. It gives you at the bottom a recommendation of a better fit. We live in the United States of America. We have complete freedom. Europe, you go there and they cannot have ingredients like that in any way, shape, or form. But a lot of people don't know to do their due diligence. So that's where I come in. I'm not an expert, but I have 40 plus Audible books right here, and I'm going to share that with you. So water intake is half of your weight. The best source that you could ever do is I enhance my water now with blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. Sometimes I make cucumbers together with lemons and limes, maybe a pinch of salt, peppermint leaves. I always have it in the refrigerator overnight. It's delicious. I don't use Mio or Crystal Light anymore. I have an electrolyte brand that is clean and free and clear of any of that junk. It doesn't taste as good, but at least it's not having my body go through what it was going through. And the second thing is to put something next to your nightstand. Like the first thing I do in the morning is to obviously grab my phone. So when my phone is next to my bed, there is a sticky note on it that says water. What you see, what you think, it's what you bring more of. We have a conscious mind and we have a subconscious mind. And there's a layer in the middle that we need to barrier and break through our thoughts around water. So water is how you burn fat. You need half of your weight in ounces of water. That's the number. But if you drink coffee or alcohol, you have to add those ounces up. So if I were to be 150 pounds, I would just take 150, divide by 2, 75 ounces. And if I drink 10 ounces of coffee, I'd add 10. So I'd be at 85 ounces daily. Coffee, alcohol, pop, diuretic, it dehydrates you. So it sucks the water out of you. So that is the formula. No, you don't have to add salt into the mix. No, you don't have to do anything crazy in any way, shape, or form. If you're drinking more than that equation, then maybe But other than that, no, you don't have to. Sometimes people say, can you drink too much? Yes, if you're drinking more than that. Soda water would count. Obviously, you need to get the YUKA app because believe it or not, there's a lot, especially the one at Costco, that nasty ice water. It's actually not nasty. It tastes really good, but it has chemicals inside of it. And those chemicals inside of it are carcinogenic, toxins, dyes, and they make you overweight. So ice, you can see right here, like even like the Prime drink, right? There's horrible ratings. You can see right here, the organic Good and Gather Target bar for kids is a horrible rating. Icebreaker winter free gum, you know, the iced coffee, the iced drinks from Starbucks, all horrible. So all of these things, if I click on it, it's like, let me click on the iced oatmeal cookie organic bar. It has 2 additives at high risk. I click on that to go further. One of these additives affects the kidneys and the increase of cardiovascular disease, which is heart disease, and it is associated with an increased risk of breast cancer in women. If you knew that, you would never use it, but we don't know that. So that app is YUKA. Make sure what you're using, that's the water tips that I have. Your bladder will get used to it. My husband is 54, turning 55 in June, and his bladder adjusted within 90 days, and that's guaranteed. So it's a short-term sacrifice for a future gain. Also, it's how you water the skin. I have no moisturizer on in any way, shape, or form. My face is younger, literally, than it was at 25 years old. Water is how I no longer put hyaluronic acid. There was a direct correlation to every single thing that I was rubbing into my skin. I had skin cancer right here. Everything that I was using as far as moisturizing, serums, they all were carcinogenic. So you can use that app to see what you're rubbing if it's going straight into the bloodstream. So all of that's been removed. My face is oily and nice and shiny because I'm properly hydrated. The timer helps the most. You are never supposed to go longer than 120 minutes, which is 2 hours, without water besides when you're sleeping. And how do we know that? You have a circadian rhythm. So the body actually adjusts to that. So the bladder will get used to it. Get your butt up, go to the bathroom. Don't be the person who's like, hey, it's this. No excuses. I don't care if you drive in a car for your job, get out of the car. Every time I travel for cheer, it's a 6-hour drive. I freaking pull up to a McDonald's. You don't even have to buy anything. You run in, you run out. I time it, it's 97 seconds. You're worth the 97 seconds, okay? End of discussion. Do you wanna burn fat? What is more important? How you feel right now, or if you reach your goal? So you have to remember that. If it was easy, it would be sleazy and everyone would be doing it. So that's the water component. If you are menopausal, if you're aging, and you're not adding hydrogen to your water, I recommend you to follow Gary Brecka. Okay, Gary Brecka, if you think I'm inspiring, is a lot more inspiring. Let me put his name in the comments. The last 10 years, you can sit here all you want and you can say, oh, well, all these supplements and all this, that, or you can be innovative. And you can realize that every single day there's an engineer working on your body and they know how to biohack it every single day. It's all about who you know. So he talks about hydrogen. So 50% of people will get amazing results with hydrogen water. The other 50% won't see anything. Why? The crap they're buying. If you're buying hydrogen water from the checkout lane at Target in their little tablets or Home Goods or TJ Maxx, it's not the best bang for your buck. When you look at anything with any label, just so you know, every ingredient, the first thing listed on anything is what you find the most of. The last ingredient is what you find the least of. I never realized that was the chronicle order until I listened to 40 plus Audible books. So your first ingredient should be hydrogen. Your best second thing for hydrogen water should be the crystalline format. And number 3, if you don't know what hydrogen does in the body, is it has a direct correlation to dilating your blood vessels for 10 hours, 10 times. So now blood is rushing to every area in your body. You'll feel magnificent. Brain fog, gone. Guarantee it. Fatigue, gone. Headaches and blood pressure, improve. And your performance and recovery will also improve as well. It's why athletes are paying thousands of dollars for it every single month. Okay, so the Celsius, if you're using that, that's what I used to use when I scanned it in the app. It was a depression session. It's got carcinogens, toxins, dyes. The rating is a 0 out of 100. Again, that app is YUKA. Every morning I wake up, I use Science Clinical's third-party validation and Science Clinical's third-party validation and clean. I put this into a water. I never would add ice. It deactivates hydrogen. This is molecular. This is hydrolyzed. And it's clear. and then it turns bright yellow within 5 minutes, telling me it's been oxidized. I drink it and I feel the rush immediately. Okay, so this is called Nitro. There's a video that explains it better than I can. I don't want to sound like a spammy whammy butthole. That's not my intention. I'm here to help you realize I didn't do my due diligence. I did. I'm almost 40 and I feel amazing. So if you want to grab a bag, they offer you to have a whole bag for 30 days money back guaranteed. Empty bottle guarantee. So use it all, ship it back, pay nothing if you don't have a Nitro experiment. Right now, actually, if you want the video, you can drop the word Nitro and I'll share that video with you. But because the comments disappear, I'm going to have to point you somewhere else. The comments now disappear. So right here, if you just message me on Facebook, you would put the word in the comments. It's called Nitro. Right now, there are only 3 flavors in stock. It just went and stocked up. They have a black cherry, lemon, lime, or grape. I always buy grape. I think that I would like more of like a mango, but grape. And if you go right here in the comments, I'll put, and I'll also hold it up, thebreakfastshow.net. There's no spaces at all. So thebreakfastshow.net. And when you go there, you will see a word that's called Nueva. That's where I pinned it. And it's called Nitro. So that's in the comments for you. I should probably even pin it for you. So it's right at the top. And also this is the picture of the site. So you'd go here. You'll see at the very top, it says Nueva, and this is called Nitro. When I was in there, if you spend $75 off today, you get $20 off, okay? The Happy Hen House, if you just send me a direct message saying Nitro, it's a medical grade, third-party validation, backed by science with clinicals in CLEAN, hydrogen water, okay? And again, if you just message me the word Nitro, I will share it with you. And if you want to go to thebreakfastshow.net at the very tippy top, you'll see Nueva. That is where you'll find Nitro. Okay. Number 2 is the component of fiber. I was adding in this because I thought that I could be lazy and biohack the body. Metamucil. This is infested. It's a 0 out of 100 rating. It's infested with toxins, dyes, and carcinogens, also along with aspartame. It increases the risk of type 2 diabetes, obesity, and also autoimmune disorders. So this right here cannot count as fiber. Again, that app is called that you can see if the stuff you're using on average is infested from the YUKA app. When you use toxins, dyes, and carcinogens, and when you find bad ratings or poor ratings in the foods or drinks or enhancers you're using, every single time that you eat, literally cortisol levels are so heightened along with glucose levels that your insulin is not responding to the cells and using your food as energy or storing it as energy. You'll be fatigued. Instead, it's taking all of it and storing it as visceral fat, period. Okay, that's exactly what was happening with me. We see it every single day. It's very black and very white. Just like in 2025, you either lost weight or you gained weight. It was not 11:59 p.m. Eastern, right before that ball dropped and you were 142.3 and 142.3. Okay, so that's the same concept. Your fiber should be 25 grams for weight loss, also for maintenance. I never knew that. Chia seeds have 10 grams of fiber in 2 tablespoons, but you have to be careful. Chia seeds are a fat, so there's 150 calories. Fruits are low glycemic, all berries, so blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. There's 8 grams of fiber in 1 cup. Your greens are 7 grams of fiber in 1 cup as well. So that's where you're gonna find the fiber. I've biohacked it. I have a carbo not bread that I find. It's $11 a loaf. This morning, we don't eat meat for Lent, so this morning I had egg salad. 1 piece of the carbo not bread. I'll spell it in the comments for you. Carbonaut. You might have to get the Instacart app and search where you can find it. I find it at Whole Foods. It's 40 calories in 1 slice. It's probably the best bread I've ever touched in my life, taste-wise. And there's 15 grams of fiber. So I have 2 pieces of bread and I am on my way and it costs me 80 calories. Okay, that's the Carbo Nut. It's Yucca approved. There's no toxins, dyes, carcinogens, or fillers. I've just kind of learned to spend an extra $2 to get the thing that's not going to lead me to cancer or lead me to obesity, okay? That's the fiber component. There's 2 types of fiber. You'll hear and come across insoluble and soluble fiber. With the fiber, you can Google right now and find an app. You could find an app that tracks your fiber for you for free. You can Google it. I do know you don't want to go above 40 grams. There's a lot of times too much of a good thing There's a lot of people who have heart disease from too much olive oil. So too much of a good thing is just as bad as being deficit. So make sure you're aware of that as well. And with fiber, a healthy intestinal tract looks a lot like a swirly snake. That's what it looks like. It's not straight, and it looks pink like the gums. And that's a healthy one. Most typical ones, when we look into the human body, it has like dark tartar on it. And just like plaque builds up, you have it building up on the intestinal tract. Why? Deficit in water, deficit in fiber, and deficit in movement. Think about how small the intestinal tract really is. Do you really think food just flows through it like a river? Insoluble and soluble fiber are the only things that can actually swell to the width of the intestinal tract. So it acts like a vacuum. So when you're getting the proper fiber, you will notice a healthy intestinal tract. Signs that you don't have a healthy intestinal tract, since we can't see inside of us, is bloating. I had tons of it. Inflammation, irregular bowel movements, foul smelling gas, and really weird noises going on in the belly area. Once you improve your fiber, as long as it's a YUKA approved fiber source, you'll see a positive benefit change within 72 hours. So we're back to that short-term sacrifice for a future gain. When you start decreasing your toxins, dyes, and carcinogens, your GLP-1 hormone heightens through the roof. And on top of that as well, when you up your fiber, you also increase the GLP-1 hormone. It's exactly what increases it. There's a lot of people out there who are doing injectables or looking into injectables with the GLP-1. It's just tricking their brain. It's why they have to go weekly or bi-weekly. It reminds me of having a drink. You've got a buzz, it wears off. The same thing with the shot. It's tricking the brain that they have more of the GLP-1 hormone. I'm not sure what's gonna happen long term. It's like $300 a month. And they're coming out to see that the shot insert, everything that's inside of the formula isn't being stated on that insert. So who knows what's even in it. If you don't want to trick your brain, and if you've been brainwashed that the way to go is injectables, I recommend listening to literature and reading books on peptides. The best source that you could ever do is microbeaded peptides. The reason why people are doing peptides is because your entire body is infested with 20,000 of them. Number 3, at a cellular level, a mimicking effect, you can add them back into the body. And number 4, the reason why they're using them is because the insulin and cells have stopped responding together because of so much toxins, dyes, and carcinogens. They're doing a metabolic reset. So they're very, very, very high end. There's people like this who I 100% would meet at a mall, and her storing fat in one area and her body reacting within 2 weeks tells me that she would be a very good component for a microbeaded peptide. If you're using something that's not backed by science, proven through clinicals, third-party validation, and clean, I'd be very skeptical, and then look at the ingredient as well. The only ingredients should be actual peptides found within your body. No phosphorus, no embryos, none of that junk. This girl right here, same thing. She thought she was menopausal. That's not what menopause looks like. And menopause happens over the age of 50, okay? So that's for that as well. And same with her as well. Oh, I just showed you that one. The one that I would highly recommend, that's the number 1, that actually is, I think there's 100 left in stock. It comes from the movie Limitless, her as well. Do you see how her body reacted? The movie's called Limitless, and this right here has 3 peptides in 1 microbeaded peptide. So the top is called tesofensin, which is a mimicking effect at a cellular level of what's in the body. And tesofensin is for food noise, cravings for sugar and salt, and then also if you have binge eating disorder. The bottom right, we have Diaxa. Diaxa reminds me of the kid that has dyslexic behavior but can't focus. So it's a mood and focus enhancement with 0 stimulants found inside of it. And then we also have BCP157, which is an evacuation mechanism to inflammation leaving the body. So 3 peptides stacked in 1. The most important feature when you're looking into peptides is number 1, microbeaded, and number 2, there's no fillers. So if you look at this ingredient that's backed by science, proven through clinicals, and has third-party validation, the only things in this medical grade weight loss peptide are the 3 stacks that I talked about. There's a video that explains it honestly better than I can. I'm not here to beg, sell, or convince you on microbeaded peptides. If it turns you up and you're interested, I will tell you that I dropped 9 pounds in 6 weeks doing it. My husband's down 25 pounds and he's 54. you can drop the word elevate in the comments and I will send that video to you, introducing you to the expert, because I sure as heck am not the expert. If you want to snag a bottle, they're $209 for a full month supply. Right now you can snag it on discount for $169. So a full month supply, I've never seen it reach that, but they're doing a new heightened going into spring. There's 150 bottles left, or 100, I'm not really sure which one, I can't keep up. So drop elevate with a star and I can actually share that link so that you can have this and start it by Monday and feel limitless. That's definitely for sure. There's no stimulants, there's no caffeine, no gluten, no soy, and no dairy. And then if you don't have the binge eating, I would put you on what is called Body, also known as my bikini in a bottle. This has 5-amino-1, which increases the NAD plus within the body. And it has an exercise mimicking effect at a cellular level through the SLUP peptide, SLUPPP332. That's Body. So if you drop Body in the comments, or if you drop Elevate, I can send you both. Whatever you message me, I will send you. And if you want just one versus the other, I'll send it as well. That's my bikini in a bottle, known as Body. Today, I do need to let you know that if you purchase any Elevate, a signature set or one bottle, this is my boost that I just had midday. It's 2 gummies that taste like a grape. It's got all of my ashwagandha and all of my mushrooms for a boost of energy. $50 value, backed by science, proven through clinicals, third-party validation, $50 value. You get this for free with your Elevate today. And guess what? You also get this every single month for free for eternity, even if you never purchase again. So if you're not taking advantage of that steal, definitely drop the word Elevate in the comments section. I do need you to message me. It's so flippin' annoying that the comments actually disappear. So if you message me on Facebook Messenger, which if you go to my wall, you'll see a message button. You're always invited to hop in there. You can message me the word Elevate or Body. They're both medical grade weight loss peptides. The Body is 2 peptides in 1. The Elevate is 3 peptides in 1. If you want it, I did pin it here. Thebreakfastshow.net. You will find it there 150% with certainty. Click Nueva. And Nueva, when you click on it, you will see Body and you'll see Elevate. I highly recommend a signature set because typically this peptide is $189 at regular price. With the Elevate, you get the boost for free, and that's a 4-month supply for $530. So that's what I did, a signature set, because here's the deal. You take this for 2 months on, 1 month off. That's actually how they work eternally in the body. Peptides activated, they remind me of batteries. They work for 2 months and then they get a break for 1 month, and then they work for 2 months and they get a break for 1 month. So what happens is it's charging when you're off. So you would have all of March and April. You take off May, you have June, you order in July. So you have a 4-month supply. That's $530 and you get your boost for free. If you want the Body peptide, you're getting it for $530. You don't get the boost, but you get my Nitro, which is my hydrogen water, $50 value for free. We talked about the hydrogen water in the beginning. Okay, it's what I'm on every single day. That's that. So if you have questions, hop in my inbox. And the third thing that has to do with the other thing to lose weight for FREE is your protein. You do have to Google this to find your number. It's the highest number when it comes to your ideal weight. So you would Google, what's your height? I'm 5'7", 5'7" female, ideal weight. And it says 129 to 150 pounds. I turn that into grams of protein. So 129 grams to 150 grams. I go to the highest number, which is 150. That is my goal for weight loss. Once you hit your goal, you can go to the lowest number, which would be the 129 in grams of protein. So 150 grams of protein is 600 calories. That's nothing. 150 grams of fat is 1,350 calories. Every single one of my meals had cheese in it, multiple egg yolks, multiple peanut butter, multiple nuts and seeds, multiple chia seeds, multiple olives, multiple olive oil. All of that is fat, which is, yes, a good healthy fat, but too much of a good thing will cause heart disease. So you need to cut way back. If you are a high fat person, avocados, a typical day of fats is a tablespoon of peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of nuts, 1/4 of an avocado, and 1 egg yolk. Other than that, you're most likely very, very high expenditure when it comes to your fat intake, meaning your deficit in protein. Protein is what you're mainly made up of. There's 20,000 different strands of those peptides that are all made up of short chain amino acids, aka protein. You burn 30% more calories eating it than you do a carb or a fat. And it improves your muscle tone. And it also, on top of improving your muscle tone, is how the body goes through the feelings of fullness and satiety. So protein is critical for not only weight loss, but to keep muscle perseverance, like keep it from being deteriorated, and also for breaking bones, fibromyalgia, osteoporosis, all of the things we don't want to happen. I would never tell someone that they had to supplement for protein. If you have to drink bars and shakes, make sure they're WowwwW approved, because I'm going to tell you right now, it's really naughty when we look up protein bars. I'll just search in this app right now. Every bar and shake I was eating was infested with carcinogens and dyes, and it was making it worse. It's the whole reason why the scale was going up. So we'll use pure protein as an example, which is coming in with a 0 rating. And if I click Y, it has 7 additives inside of it. The additive for this one is cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, chronic inflammation in the digestive tract, and metabolic disorders, on top of autoimmune. So very bad. Those are in protein bars. So if all of a sudden you start thinking you're making better decisions and you're not scanning it in the WowwwW app, we have to be very careful. You can see the one that I get now from Kirkland is good. I didn't know any of this. This is exactly why Robert Irvin gives a 3 out of 100. He has 14 additives inside of it. Very bad, distributing the gut, causing IBS and disease in the gut. I mean, it's just horrible. So that again is called WowwwW, and the only reason why I know this is because of my due diligence. And the most abundant protein being made up in your body, the number one that fights everyone and wins every time, is your collagen. I'm sure you've seen my transformation story. I have a picture of myself in my late 20s compared to being 40 almost. Night and day, because I was using collagen that was carcinogenic, and I didn't realize toxins, dyes, and carcinogens in the body not only make you become bigger because your food is stored as fat, literally instead of used as energy, you stop producing collagen at 20 years old. Each year after 20, you lose 1% of type 2 collagen. Did you hear what I just said? Every year after 20, you lose a minimum of 1% of your type 2 collagen. If you were unaware until I listened to 40 plus Audible books, there's 5 types of collagen. There's a type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 5. Type 2 we lose. So if we add type 2 in, it activates the dormant type 1 and 3. And then 4 and 5 have to do with the gut lining. So if you look at your bottle today, you want to make sure you're using a liquid. It's molecular, hydrolyzed, 150%. You want to make sure that it has type 2 collagen as the first ingredient, because remember, the first ingredient listed, it's what you find the most of. The last ingredient is what you find the least of. So we have to be very careful. And then also stop using hyaluronic acid. The one that I was using, again, I had cancer, skin cancer. It goes straight into the bloodstream. It had not only toxins and dyes, but it was carcinogenic. Use that WowwwW app, which is in the comments, to scan everything you're using, including your toothpaste. For the, you can use organic tremella mushroom. I find it at most health food stores. The collagen that I use now, it's the first one in the marketplace. It's called the 5 Fives. Covers everything that you should be looking for in a collagen. It's your, I consider myself spoiled. It's got your type 2 collagen. It's medical grade. It's liquid. Organic tremella mushrooms already in the formula. It's got fenugreek to support the gut lining. And it also has a fat burner known as the morosil. You don't want CLA as a fat burner. Conjunctuated linoleic acid has inflammation. It causes inflammation because it has seed oils. And then berberine is good if you make sure it's proven, if you make sure that it's clean, but it causes jitters in me. So the morosil is actually in a patent study. It's the only patent fat burner with no caffeine at all. I'll spell it for you in the comments. It comes from Italy. You can't bring back their fruit into the States, but it comes from their blood red orange. They have an amazing climate over there. All of their men and women are very thin because they have that antioxidant. They burn fat every single day. For the first time, the 5 Ps, very powerful collagen, the morosil is inside of it. In a patent study with 94% of users for 12 weeks, they saw the scale drop, body fat percentage, visceral fat, and body fat composition. The 6% who didn't get results did not take it consistently, or quit before 12 weeks, which I don't think they should even be able to be a part of the study. So what's the picture look like? Being asked from Ashley. It's just right here. All I do is, if you want me to show you the depth of it, is you pour it. It's a full month supply, so this is a full month supply. It's got your 4 supplements in one. Fenugreek type 2 collagen. It's medical grade, proven through science, proven through clinicals, third-party validation, and CLEAN. You'll never find this in a store. You'll never find it on a billboard, and you'll never find it in a commercial. And it's just 1 tablespoon a day. This in stock, there's only chocolate raspberry or chocolate mint. I love chocolate raspberry. There's no dairy, there's no soy, no gluten, no caffeine. So that's the collagen I would recommend. There's a video that actually explains it better than I can. Okay. If you drop in the comments the word slim, I will share that video with you. I'll send it to you. If you want to snag a bottle, it's usually for the full month supply. What is it? $109. You get it today for $69. And they put a patent in there where they can't go above $89. So you're grandfathered in. Drop the word slim with the star and I can send that to you. Okay? It's a full month supply. So medical grade weight loss collagen. Okay. So if you drop the word slim, which I see, just message me. Hey, Facebook Messenger, because the comments go away. Say slim. I'll send it to you. Okay? If you go to thebreakfastshow.net, right here, you'll see Nueva. Click Snow Slim and Nueva. There's 1 bottle. You get it for $69. Full month supply. A duo pack, you save more per bottle. A trio pack is a 3-month supply. You save even more per bottle. Now you're a part of that patent study. So I did the trio pack. Okay. At thebreakfastshow.net, I am giving you today a protein guide. It's the protein guide that helped me in many ways. So you can feel free to go there and snag that. It's right under free protein guide. You won't miss it. Okay. That's a great question in regards to your fruits and veggies. Listening to 40 plus Audible books right now, I stopped counting. I've come to cross that our soil is so depleted. I used to be the queen of fruits and veggies. It's crazy. I was just talking to my husband about this. Over in Australia, they have really good greens that don't have any type of grass inside of them. I can't remember what else they don't have inside. No fillers. I use it. I had it this morning. You probably saw in my stories. It's 1 scoop and it has all my servings of fruits and veggies. Even if I still want to eat fruits and vegetables, I still use it because, again, if it's depleted inside of what I'm using, my body still needs it. They're actually back in stock today. They were out of stock for the last 2 weeks. So you can do the greens with the boost, I think, for $99, or just the greens for $60 or something. Again, you can message me greens. I'll give you the video on why they're so unique. I can't really remember. Or you can go right here, again, if you want to shop, thebreakfastshow.net. You'll go to the word Nueva and you'll see it. They're called Alive, A-L-I-V-E, Alive. They actually increase the GLP-1 hormone in the body, okay? So any questions in regards to anything? So Penny is asking, you can drink coffee. It's only because a lot of coffee has pesticides inside of it. You just need a pesticide-free blend. Yeah. So like I have one, it's L-theanine. 9 out of 10 times they're pesticidic. They have pesticides because of the soil. And it's because of the roasting also of the beans. High heat, right? Mine has L-theanine, Ceylon cinnamon. If any influencers try to tell you that regular cinnamon is good for you, it actually heightens kidney levels. Ceylon cinnamon does not, and it improves insulin sensitivity. It's C-E-Y-L-O-N. Mine has L-theanine, Ceylon cinnamon, the cordyceps and lion's mane mushroom, and it's a Colombian brew. Drop the word coffee in the comments and I'll introduce you to the coffee expert. And if you want to snag a bag, they let you take the entire bag and use it. And then if it's empty, you can send it back and get all of your money back. It's empty bottle money back guaranteed. But I've never met someone who's ever not become addicted to it. It's a no crash clarity energy without the bloat. Most people lose like 5 pounds their first week, but that's only because they're getting pesticides out of their body, right? Okay, so no other questions. Make sure you go back to the beginning. Again, 25 grams of fiber. Get that app. No Metamucil, right? Toxins, dyes, and carcinogens. Scan what you're using. That's your number one assignment. No going above 40 grams of fiber. No sourcing your fiber. You have to use it through foods. Number two, we have the protein concept, right? You're gonna Google your ideal weight, and that's your grams of protein. You know why now, so it makes it stronger. And your water is half of your weight. Don't forget with your water that you have to add in any ounces of coffee, pop, or alcohol. Brooks has such a great coffee. It is. If you want the video for the coffee, just shoot me a direct message that says coffee. I'll know. You're always welcome in my inbox. I know that, you know, like for example, I have my friend Carlene on. If you have any IBS, any type of Hashimoto's, PCOS, cancer, I work with so many health conditions, autoimmune disorders, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Hop in my inbox. We'll find out if it's a good fit. If it's not, there's no big deal. And then number two, if you want to go shopping because that sale's ending where you get 20 off 75, you go to thebreakfastshow.net and there's a little cool thing at the top that says Nueva. And you'll see everything we discussed. My belly fat blasting liquid collagen that's on sale for $69, full month supply. It's called Snow Slim. You get my boost for free right now when you get Elevate, which is a medical grade weight loss peptide stack. That reminds me of the movie Limitless. And then we also talked about Nitro, which is the hydrogen water. And then we also talked about the coffee, which is called Nueva Morning. And then we also, that's it. So the greens as well. So I will hop off. If you have any questions, I'm going to go sit at my desk for the next hour or so. It was an honor to hang out with you. I hope you take what we learned from Dr. James, and I hope you can start implementing it. And I hope me kind of sharing the why behind it inspires you when you don't want to do it to freaking do it anyways. So I love you. I think you're amazing either way. Sincerely from the bottom of my heart, and I'm very grateful for hanging out with you. And I hope